Hey guys, Brad from Team Crimson here, bringing you today my gold Paladin deck profile. So they're finally here. It's felt like forever because we, on the English release, are on a 2-month delay behind the Japanese release, so that blows. But look at my sexy Ezel Excel markers. But no, Gold Paladins are my OG clan. Very excited for these guys. They are not competitive, so keep that in mind, people. But it's still a very, very fun deck, and I love gold. So, all right, so let's go ahead and move into it. And here is my starter, which is Criff. Look at the beautiful art. Moving on to the grade 3 lineup, playing 4 copies of Incandescent Lion Blond Ezel. Of course, he's got the superior ride ability from hand. If you've got Bowmains and Gareth on Vanguard Rearguard, you can Soul Blast Criff to superior ride Ezel as stand. And if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 2 or less, it gets drive -1. Also, the ability when it's on Vanguard and it attacks to kind of have a battle extension and being able to call a unit, usually to an Excel circle, is very, very handy. Moving on, playing 4 copies of Sagramor. Now the reason we're playing Sagramor is because reasons, but also because it's on Rearguard. You can, when he's placed onto Vanguard or Rearguard, you can Counterblast 1, or Soul Blast 1, I apologize, to draw a card and then call a card from hand to Rearguard circle. So it's yet another battle extender. And then lastly, I'm playing just 1 copy of Mock/Dragon. It's kind of got a handy ability. Also, Vanguard Rearguard ability is when it attacks, you can Counterblast 1, call a card from your hand to Rearguard circle, and then Mock/ will gain +5. So that's a very handy ability. Also, another battle extender, and being able to gain that +5 so he can hit Force Clans is definitely a necessity. Still waiting on, we'll have to wait on Raven-haired Ezel for this to be any good though. Alright, so moving on to grade 2 lineup. Playing 4 copies of Knight of Superior Skills Bowmains. The ability to discard a card to superior call Gareth is very, very good, because that will obviously help with your pseudo ride chain. But also when he's called due to an ability, he'll gain +3, so that'll make him 12k beater. So that's very good. And moving on to the best grade 2 of the set in the deck, Player of the Holy Bow Vivian. She's got the ability for when placed from hand, you can Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, check top 3, superior call 1, put the rest on the bottom, and then Vivian will gain +3. Very, very good skill. I've actually had to G-assist for a grade 2, rode into her, used her ability, and superior called Bowmains, had Gareth in hand, called Gareth, and was able to superior ride into Ezel while my opponent was on grade 1. Fun times. Next, moving on, we've got 4 copies of Lapierre Sugar. It's yet another battle extender. Being able to have it in hand and superior call it to field for CB1, and then he'll gain +5. Very, very handy. Alright, and now moving on to the grade 1s of the deck. Playing 4 copies of Knight of Elegant Skills Gareth. His skill's pretty simple, just CB1 to gain 10k power. Very rarely do I use that, but sometimes does definitely come in handy. Deck's very CB heavy though, so might want to just kind of watch out for that. Alright, and playing 4 copies of Listener of Truth Din Drain. Din Drain is your countercharge engine, but also the ability to be able to draw a card is very handy as well. So she is 7k though, so that kind of blows, but whatevs. Alright, and playing 4 copies of Evil Slaying Swordsman Haugen. His ability is on Vanguard and Rearguard. When your Vanguard's attack hits, you look at the top card of your deck and then you call it. And then if you did call a card, Haugen is retired. Yes, retired. Very, very good ability. Also, yet again, another battle extender. The deck is very, very aggressive. It's not defensive whatsoever. But yeah. Alright, and moving on to my trigger lineup, I am playing 4 copies of Flame of Victory and 2 copies of Knight of Blue Skies. Just the 6 critical triggers. I'm playing crits because I feel like the deck needs it. The deck needs that extra push, especially since it's hardcore aggressive. But I just feel like I need that extra push, especially early game. Hopefully, drive checking a critical trigger is very handy. Next, playing 4 copies of Halo Shield Mark, the Draw PG, and then 2 copies of this Foresight Courier. So that's 6 draws, and then 4 copies of the Heal Trigger Elixir Sommelier. So yeah, that's basically it, guys. Like I said, the deck is actually pretty fun to play, but yeah, not competitive whatsoever. Hopefully that will change once Raven-haired Ezell comes out. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's definitely a fun deck to play. And like I said, hyper aggressive. So yeah, good times. All right, please like and subscribe, guys. Please also comment. Let us know what you think of the deck. Let us know what you think of Gold Paladins. Just like to hear from you guys. But that is it. We will be at you with some more videos later in the week. See ya.